A federal immigration judge has ruled Columbia grad student Mahmoud Khalil is deportable. The story first broke on WWLTV.com. He's being held in a detention facility in Louisiana after being arrested for participating in a pro-Palestinian protest. Cherise Gibson was the only local reporter in the courtroom when the ruling was handed down, and she's joining us live with the very latest on this high-profile case. Cherise?
Hey there, Katie. Judge Jamie Comins did decide the government did submit enough evidence to prove that Mahmoud Khalil's presence in the United States presented, quote, a potentially serious foreign policy consequence, and therefore ruled that Mahmoud Khalil is able to be kicked out of the U.S. Khalil's lawyers submitted 100 pages of additional evidence during today's proceeding, countering allegations made against Mahmoud Khalil by DHS. They also called the two-page memo written by Secretary of State Marco Rubio undated and unauthorized as they moved to terminate the case, calling to subpoena Rubio for cross-examination. Deputy Chief Counsel Numa Matoyer said DHS is not required to provide additional evidence of removability based on Rubio's determination that Khalil's presence in the country presents a serious adverse foreign policy consequence under the provision of the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1952. Judge Jamie Comins sided with the Trump administration, saying that was enough for him to be expelled from the country.
The courtroom we just left tells a damning story. The federal government has failed to present even a shred of evidence against Mahmoud, yet they still plan to deport him. Why? Because he exercised his First Amendment right, the very freedoms this country claims to hold sacred. Maybe they are for some, but not all.
Khalil rose to prominence as a spokesperson during the pro-Palestinian human rights protest and occupation on Columbia University's campus. He was taken into custody back in March and transferred to an ICE facility in Jena. The federal government says Khalil's involvement in protest undermines U.S. policy to combat anti-Semitism, but the government did not say how or provide any evidence that he posed a national security risk.
While his deportation would devastate his wife and their soon-to-be-born child, it would also intimidate all who dare to speak for Palestinian liberation.
After the judge issued her ruling, Khalil asked to address the court, saying in part, quote, "This is exactly why the Trump administration has sent me to this court 1,000 miles away from my family. I hope the urgency you deemed fit for me is deemed for the hundreds of others who have been here without hearings for months." Khalil's attorneys have until April 23rd to present relief applications meant to stop his removal. His deportation is temporarily paused by a federal judge in New Jersey. And right now, as we speak, Khalil's attorneys are holding a press briefing virtually, and they call today's decision historic in its unfairness and setting a dangerous precedent. They do say this is just the beginning. They do anticipate that they will have to go to many more court hearings before they attempt to remove Mahmoud Khalil from the United States. In the meantime, again, they have until April 23rd to turn in any of that relief application that they can get. This is relief to stop Khalil from being removed from the United States, and they did say that they immediately spoke to the judge in New Jersey to explain everything that happened here in immigration court, and they're hopeful that the judge who is currently pausing his deportation has a more fair trial in New Jersey. Back to you.
All right, much more to come. Thanks so much, Cherise.